forces are under attack.
Should you become a nuisance, I'll kill you myself.
Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Today on Ultimate Stream, it's going to be Game 1 of a best of 3 featuring Flash and LARVA, 2 insanely good players for you today in a best of 3 series. Bottom right from Game 1, it's going to be LARVA. What's up, dude? In the top left, it's going to be Flash. All right, man. So Purple Terran here versus Red Zerg, but much more than that because, man, LARVA is one of the best Zerg players in the world, and Flash is the best Terran player ever to play the game. And maybe the best StarCraft player of all time. Yeah, he is. He's the best StarCraft player of all time. So, here in Ultimate Stream for game number 1. Hit that like button if you're excited to see the best of 3 featuring these 2 players. What's the play going to be here, y'all? Well, we going to see any mech? We going to see any, I don't know, battle cruisers maybe? We're going to see defilers? Probably. Oh, look at this little pool firster. This little 9 pool out of LARVA on this 4-player map. Interesting. Wants to be aggressive. Definitely aggressive. Getting that extractor down. We want to get some speed for these lings. Absolutely, positively. And on the other side, Flash, what you doing, guy? Barracks coming up? Okay. I thought for just a second that maybe we were going to see a command center first play, but no. Drone scouting out to find out where Flash is. Because, well, you want to know where Flash is because you want to know what he's doing. If you don't know what Flash is doing, he's probably going to kill you. Overlord says, no Flash over here. What's up, Terry? And it's an early gas here, so maybe Flash is going mech here in game number 1. Mech enthusiasts, rejoice. The drone says, all right, there's no Terran here. The Overlord says there's no Terran here. So, by process of elimination, it is cross-spawn. Expanding here at about 220 is LARVA. And we've got lings on the way. Early factory here from Flash. And yeah, this is going to be a hard wall. Very, very nicely done. Just in case of an early pool. And hey, it's an early pool opening. So I think this hard counters the early pool of LARVA, but we will have to see. Zerglings hacking away. This Marine's going to finish like now. He's going to pop out on the outside or the inside. Where's he going to go? So look, this is just SCVs can repair. Like, that's just the reality of this whole thing. It takes me back to the time when I was like, there's lings attacking. What do I do? And I don't know if the game was like you can repair this stuff. I think that's part of the campaign. Oh my gosh, this Marine's taking forever. He canceled the Marine. He's just waiting for a Vulture instead. Oh, that's incredible. I think the game's like, oh yeah, that Vulture pilot's like, my bike's all messed up. Come repair with an SCV. Oh, look at that early Vulture. Early Vulture. Whack. 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 Oh my gosh. Slowlings versus Vultures is just embarrassing stuff, dude. But, oh, he got an SCV. He got 2 SCVs. Okay, getting a 3rd base up here as well is pretty fantastic. Getting a creep colony up for sunken purposes because there's a Vulture out is never a bad idea. And we're getting speed for Vultures on the opening here. Still no expansion yet from Flash. What I like about these best of series is that I get the chance to cast some of these shorter games too, because I love casting the long macro games. But sometimes you click on a caster by Falcon and you're like, it's a macro game. We know this early attack's not going to work. Although that's what the Sneaky Twofer is all about, right? The Sneaky Twofer is all about you not knowing necessarily that it's going to be a macro game just because it's a 30-minute video. Sneaky Twofers are sneaky. Anyway, yeah, man, that's an armory. Like, we are 1,000,000,000% meching it here. And there's the 2nd base. Okay, so Flash throwing up the 2nd CC here. 3rd base by LARVA. He's really hoping the Vultures don't find this, is I believe what this play is called. This is the, boy, I sure hope Vultures don't wander up this way, or I'm in a lot of trouble because there's no Sunkens here at all. I mean, maybe... Okay, he's making some Hydras here at least. They can help defend against the Vultures quite nicely. Speed for Vultures coming in. It's 23 to 21 workers in favor of Flash. No real surprise there. He did delay a second base quite a bit. So, the Vultures go for the run by. This Vulture makes it in. No. Oh, this is so traumatic. This is absolutely the worst. Ka-choof. Ka-choof. Oh my gosh, Drone Dad's here on this Vulture guy. Yeah, what do you want? I want you to keep killing drones, sir. You're awesome that way. Okay, now he's just dead. Oh, never mind. Oh my gosh. 4 kills, and he splits the Hydras. Gets back behind the mineral line. Kills another drone before he dies. Dude, Vultures controlled by Flash, not even fair. Not even fair. Hey, look, Vulture found this base too, and he's just gonna dive bomb on right on top and kill another drone. I mean, that's it, but like, drone death this early really snowball into problems later on for the Zerg here. So, are we gonna try to go this Hydra strategy? Against mech, wouldn't recommend it. There's gonna be a million siege tanks out at some point, but maybe there is kind of like a 3-base Hydra bust timing here. We can get out there and there just aren't any tanks yet. Or maybe there are 1 or 2 tanks, right? Because we definitely got the Vulture upgrades first to bring some Overlords along, get them speed, kill the Spider Mines. The Vultures can't stand against like 20 Hydras, and then you sort of just win. So this is going to be Flash at some point, I feel like, making tanks. Nope. Just Vultures, not getting siege mode either. I don't... Oh, that's not a wall. Oh, I thought that was a wall. Larva obviously thought that was a wall too. Oh my gosh. Speed terrorist. No, wait, speed. No, Vulture terrorist. Who's this Vulture terrorist? Fantasy? Ooh, Spider-Man helps wipe out that Vulture. Also gets a Zergling too, which is very cool. Very, very, very cool indeed. Ooh, Spider-Man connected? No! Look at this Vulture, man. Just look at him. Dancing, diving, having a great time. Finally decides to stop microing and dies. Okay, I just, let's see. Tanks. Really? Charon boost. I don't... Oh, no. What is this? Okay, so this game is simply Drone Massacre. Brood War. StarCraft Brood War. What? There are no drones at this 3rd base at all. Larva's like, well, I lost all my drones. Let's get a 4th base up. Honestly, not a terrible idea. But look at this Vulture terrorism on display from Flash. He's throwing up science facility, another armory, a starport, engineering bay. Ugh, 44 to 27 workers here is abysmal. It is so brutal, it's not even funny. Oh, drop ship. Drop ship for Vultures to get past stuff like this and this. See, look, here we go. Speed Overlord. Hydras, easy peasy, clearing out Spider Minefields like so fast. Faster than even Dragoons do it. I think they do more damage to them than Dragoons do. It's like 2 hits from a Hydra to kill this thing. Oh, okay. All right. That should not have happened. Dude, Larva is in so much trouble here. He's lost so many drones. Now he lost 3 Hydras to a Spider Mine he never should have lost to a Spider Mine. This is load up. This is a load up spot. Look at that Vulture spazzing out a little bit down there. Yep. Load up spot. What did I say? All right, here we go. 4 drop ships. What is here? Nothing. There's nothing to stop every one of these drones from dying. 0 things. Ready? Oh, there's 1 Hydralisk here. I apologize. Hold on. Hold on. There's 1 Hydralisk here to stop this from happening. Now, there's another. Okay, hey, hold up. There's more Hydras here than I thought. Never mind. This is not just like the death of every drone in the main base. Somehow there were, I guess maybe they were inside an Overlord or something. Okay, that was weird. Anyway, 4th base coming up here from Flash. Man, that one Hydra bought enough time, didn't he? Certainly did. SCV swings over this way, gets a 3rd base at this left side 9 o'clock position. There is definitely gas here. There's a scan to see what's going on at this base. Million Hydras, probably not droppable. See, okay, Siege Tank production has finally begun. This is Mass Goliath. Advocat versus Jaedong style, you guys. If you're unfamiliar with Advocat versus Jaedong, ask me for a link to that game. I cast it. It's on the channel. It's from like 2005 or something. It's one of like the best all-time games because Advocat is this random Russian Zerg player. No, Terran, sorry, playing against Jaedong, who's obviously Zerg. And it's awesome. It's an amazing, amazing game. So yeah, ask me for a link to it. I'll respond to your comment. I respond to every comment anyone ever makes on any of my videos. But dude, 56 to 36 workers is just not tenable. I love this idea. Oh, I didn't. Never mind. We don't have drops. This is a fake out drop. I guess this is us being like, yo. Oh my gosh, unloading more vultures here inside the 4th base. Okay, fine. They got cleared out pretty easy. Fake drop is fake, man. But look it is drawing back. It's like, why haven't you unloaded anything, though? That's weird. And then I don't even know what's the point. What's the point of doing this? If you had an army sitting like right here, and then this army kind of moves up into the main base, and then you push into the natural base, or like push into the 3rd, that would have been cool. But you just kind of fainted like you're dropping in the main base, and then nothing came of it. It accomplished nothing at all. Okay, so it is siege tanks. I mean, it's not just Goliaths, but Goliaths and siege tanks together work pretty well against most things that LARVA is going for here, and most things are Hydras. Which, in fairness, it was all of the vultures in the world for the opening here from Flash. So Hydras are a great counter to that, obviously. But then the casual switch into Goliaths, into siege tanks. More siege tanks would be good, and they are getting pumped out 2 at a time from this factory. I don't know, the longer this game goes on, the worse the worker difference is here. 64 SCVs to 42 drones here at 12 minutes. That is so many SCVs, it's not even fun. I mean, it's fun for Terran players and Flash fans and whatnot, but seriously, this vulture is just like, whatever. There's a tank, there are 2 tanks defending this base. It'll be fine. 3 tanks defending this base. Alright, let's go for another drop inside the main. 3 Hydras are ready for these shenanigans, though. If you had 2 dropships, maybe you could feel good about this. But 1 dropship showing up. I guess maybe you go unload... Oh my gosh, never mind. This dropship is dead. Yeah, okay. Unloaded 3 of the vultures. Dropship died. Further drop's not going to happen because, again, dropship dead. 4th base coming in from Flash. And a 5th base coming in on the right side from LARVA. These vultures are like, we really don't want to fight you guys. 1-1 upgrades for the Hydras, 2-1 upgrades for the mech. The vulture is not really helping all that much, right? Not all that much. Ow. 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 My gosh, the ows in this game. So vultures are dying a lot, but the economy is so much better for Flash, it doesn't matter. Look, this game is one of those better economy plus mech equals Terran win, because they can have worse economy plus mech and Terran win a lot of the time. But look at this. We already knew about this. This is the 4th base. It's not new at all. Scanning out here to see where the army is. There's nothing there. I don't know if I feel good about this mass Hydra strategy. Like, there's no lurkers. He's finally getting ventral sacks. Did he think he started ventral sacks 20 minutes ago? What is happening? Good grief. This is ridiculous. So, this is all of the Hydralisks known to mankind. I do want to point out this is another RJB replay. Be sure to check him out, right? YouTube.com/@RJB_TV, and hit the like button too. Subscribe. I'm here 6 times a week with Brood War content. Trying to get up to 100,000 subs in 2024. We're getting new subs every day. Thanks to everyone who's hitting that sub button. And if you're not, for your own personal religious reasons, I respect them. I don't know what those would be, but whatever. So, still no ventral sacks, but you're still faking drops, which is very fun. Scans over here. Okay, more Goliaths coming here to deal with this. It's basically maxed out Flash at this stage. I don't know. It's buying time. There's a Queen's Nest coming in. So, I don't know. Like, a lot of Dark Swarm would kind of be awesome with these Hydras, but we're a long way from that if we just got a Queen's Nest. So, trying to come up this ramp into, like... Okay, well, there are 6 siege tanks here. There's like 3 more on the back line, so that's probably not going to happen for these Hydralisks. They know that. They're working on 2-2. That's fantastic. The mech is already at 2-2 with a +3 attack. Finishing up here shortly. More scans to see where on earth the Zerg is. Yeah. So look, the Mass Hydra was great when all we were dealing with here were vultures, but that's not what this is anymore. This is not sheerly vultures. In fact, I don't know if any vultures remain on the map. They might have all gone out and died to free up supply for better things like siege tanks and Goliaths against Mass Hydra. This is a nice little surround. I'm not going to say no to this. Any kind of a surround is good. I don't know if those overlords are supposed to be providing... I don't know. But the sound of Hydralisks dying in the morning is a music to many a Terran player's ears. And it's 168 to 107 total supply now. Yeah, we've caught up in worker count, 70 to 64 now. Larva's economy is actually booming quite nicely. It's just all it can really make at this point are Hydras, and as we've established, well, Hydras aren't going to work here against what we're dealing with. +3 mech. With +2 armor and siege tank support, no siree bob. Oh, and these vultures. Goliaths just wander into the 4th base. La, la, la. La, 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 la. We are going to try to drop on top of these tanks. Okay. There we go. That was a really nice move by Larva. I'm not going to say no to that. Not even close. Oh, that worker count. Remember how good that worker count was? It was like 64 a minute ago. It's down to 48. This is like watching a ZVP where the Zerg player tries to go Mass Hydra Lurker against Protoss. And it's like, yeah, this works for a minute. But once massive amounts of splash damage get out, it just simply stops working. And that's what we're seeing here. Especially +3. And that's your GG. Larva taps out, and Flash gets a Game 1 victoire. That's not how you say victory in French, I don't think. Anyway, my goodness. I mean, that was fantastic. That was a great game from Flash, but what else do we expect from Flash? Do we expect anything beyond incredible play? No, not really. That's kind of what he does. So my goodness. Yeah, just opens mech, goes Mass Vulture, forces a bunch of Hydras out, and then Larva's just really unable to get into what he needs to deal with actual mech when it shows up. Which is weird. Like, I don't know if that's a failing here of Larva. It sure felt like he had some time to tech up to Hive and stuff, and he never really did. That's not going to work. It's not going to work. So, GG. 130,000 points and 97,000 points here in favor of Flash. He got outproduced by the Zerg player by, I don't know, like a 3rd or a 4th, and he 2-1 killed the Zerg player, so that's going to work out. Barely any buildings went down today. Flash killed, what, like a creep colony maybe? And Flash, yeah, Flash outspent the Zerg. That's all you need to know. I mean, the stat screen really, when you pull it up, it should just say in big letters, Flash outspent Larva, and then you're like, oh, good, I don't need to know anything else. Thank you. And then you move on. Save yourself some time. So that's game 1. That was absolutely fantastic. Like, what a great, great showing again from Flash. And yeah, so that's going to be it for game 1. Let's go to game number 2. Hit your like button. Game 2 is here on Hidden Track. Oh, we're going to go white versus brown because that's better than red versus red. Top left is going to be Flash, the white Terran player. And in the top right, it's going to be Larva, our brown Zerg player with the pre-order skin for his hatchery for the remaster. very, very good. I'm not entirely sure if it's because I pre-ordered it or because LARVA pre-ordered it, or maybe it needs to be both of us pre-ordered it to show up like this in the replay. I forget how that works. So, Terror the Overlord's gotten out the correct direction here on Hidden Track. Is Flash going to go mech again? Is a LARVA going to go nothing but Hydras again? Tune in and find out today on Game 2 of Flash versus LARVA. So my daughter's been watching One Piece, the anime, which is still not complete. Back in 2016, people tried to get me to watch One Piece, and I was like, yeah, maybe when it's over. But man, there were so many episodes at that point, and it's still not done in 2024. I have no patience for any story that needs like decades and decades of storytelling to tell. That's it. So every once in a while, I'll watch an episode with her, and she'll catch me up. But other than that, you're on your own, little Falconette. Anyway, barracks coming up. No command center first here for Flash. Terry the Overlord. That's right, Terry. There is merch with your face on it at FalconPaladin.store. Check it out. Doo-doo. Hatch first here from LARVA at around 12 supply. Steve the SCV. Oh, yes, Steve. There's also merch with your face at FalconPaladin.store. Ah, yes. Terran Jam indeed. Here we go. Oh man, this track is so good. You can't see me, but I was bobbing my head that whole time. I still am. You can maybe hear it now. Terran music, the best at Broodor music. Right. Okay, no argument. So, Lair coming up with the first 100 gas. Second 100 goes to metabolic boost. And it's going to be another barracks. So, not factory out of the gate here for Flash, but maybe he still has plans for it. Because you can transition from SK Terran to mech pretty much anytime you wish. Oh, what a juke. What a juke from Steve the SCV. My goodness. Bunker at the front, just in case lings show up. We know how many lings there are, and Steve the SCV goes down. Let's see how fast the LARVA goes for a third hatch here. Either inside his base or at a third expansion. There we go. Gas gathering now. Academy on the way. Very, very good. All things very in time here for Flash, but what else do you expect? Spire coming up at 4 minutes. And Hidden Track does have a center base, but as always, the center base is so easy to harass. Put tanks here, put lurkers here, or here, or here. You can, I think we can drop Marines or lurkers up on this high ground. Ugh. So the bunker says, no lings. You're not in sufficient number to get in here. All right, so second extractor. Spire almost halfway done. The SCV says, follow me back here. You will die, little zerglings. Engineering bay timing. A-okay. We've got stim on the way as well. And a third hatch. There we go. At around 4 minutes and 40 seconds. And again, the job of these Mutalisks that are going to pop up here is keep the third base safe. By keeping the Terran player pinned inside their base or by picking off Marines if they choose to move out. That is entirely the job of these Mutalisks. If they fail, the third base dies and you'll lose the game, especially against Flash. Barracks 3 and 4 coming up. So we're going to open heavy on a bio here, and maybe some science vessels as well. Says, okay, so no sunken colonies at the front here. That's A-okay by me. And these lings are like, all right, move out, and I will show you the meaning of pain. Or just report your position to the Overmind. Oh, there we go. Flyer attack upgrade here. All right, so we're going to go a little bit heavy into Mutalisks. We will see how heavy Larva wants to go here. Is this the Terran Jam part of this track? I don't know if there's a particular part. I think there are multiple parts, probably. Okay, all right. Easy, guys. Easy there. Maybe he killed one SCV with that attack. Nothing too crazy. Third base is getting gas, which to me says either we're going to make a ton of mutas as 3 more get fired up. Okay, mutas. Taking down a Marine. They get a medic there, too. Another Marine. Nice. Okay. This little position is nice. I'm liking this from Larva quite a bit. This is not easy to do. Muta stacking is tough to pull off. But if you're Larva, if you're Terror, if you're Sulky, if you're Soma, if you're Hero, you can do it. No, he's not going to get this whole group. There's no way. He's thinking about it. He just dropped another Mutalisk, though. He wants this entire group. Can he get it? 2, 4, 6, 8, and 9. 9 mutas here. That +1 attack takes forever to finish because you can make a lot of mutas really fast. This is exactly what I talked about earlier, right? You keep the Terran pinned at home. Keep them as far as you can away from this third base, and then your third base survives. Now, the question is, are we actually going to go for Hydralisk Den and make any Lurkers at all, or is this going to be all Mutalisks all the time? Because it kind of feels like it's all mutas all the time, guys. It's a full stack of Mutalisks here with the Overlord in that group for the stacking to be made possible. There is a Queen's Nest coming in. And a Hydra Den too. Okay, so at this point, he's like, boy, this is a lot of Marines. They got range, they got stim. That +1 attack is coming in for them any second now. It's another scan, just trying to see where these Mutalisks are. Keeping an eye on them. Mutas doing a bit of a run by. Just trying to get the Marines kind of threaded out a little bit, strung out. He's trying. He really wants to wipe out this entire group of Marines, but they keep getting reinforced because there are so many barracks here for Flash, obviously. And it's tough, man. Even the best players like Larva don't necessarily get a hit every time they dive in there. Sometimes it doesn't work. Most of the time for these players, it totally does. Another Muta goes down. 4 remaining. The +1 attack is here on the Mutalisks. We're gonna still keep that guy out of the group, the really injured one. Lurker aspect is on the way, and a Hive coming in here too. Another Muta goes down. Okay, he's like, look, if I have enough Lings and Mutas, I can do this. But Flash is just like, nah, man. I know you think you can, but I don't know about this. A lot of Marines are getting killed. Like, let's not forget that fact. A lot of Marines are dying. A lot of medics are dying too. And Flash has not been able to mount any kind of an attack on the natural base or the third base of Larva today. He has had to invest nothing into Sunkens at all. Nothing into... I guess he is making some Hydras now. But yeah, if you don't have to make... Ooh, did he do it? Did he finally do it? If you don't have to make any Sunkens in this matchup in the first 10 minutes, you are counting yourself a lucky, lucky dog. There it is. Every Mutalisk dies. Absolutely brutal stuff here. I love these medics. Like, well, we're dead, but maybe we can get some scouting information without having to scan. And we did. Very nice. There are no Sunkens here. A couple Hydras are out, which indicates probably Lurker aspect is done. Nidus Canal to reinforce here, but this has gone about as well as it can go in the early game here for Larva. Defiler Mounds coming in. Lurkers are done. Lurkers are on the way. I mean, this is SK Terran, so Lurkers with a Dark Swarm are pretty much the answer to all of this, you know? Once we start seeing Fire Bats added into the group, sure, it's going to be a little bit tougher here, but man, SK Terran is intended to win, you know, before all those upgrades and spells start getting cast. and units start showing up. Adrenal's on the way, and Flash has not been able to mount any kind of pressure at all over here in the first 10 minutes. And I'm not saying you have to win the game, but my gosh. It is so good if you're able to mount some kind of pressure. Force some Sunkens out for the Zerg. I guess a creep colony is as close as we're getting here. What? We're going in? Okay, I guess. Oh, I always worry a Mutalisk is going to die with that final missile turret shot. Okay, that's got to be a dead Muta. Yeah, there you go. Like that. Exactly like that. So Flash is all yo, 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 yo. I got my Marines. They got +1 attack. Their Irradiates coming in. Science Vessels are joining the party. Here they are. A little bit of red. Always kind of catches my eye, especially if it's a white skin for the Terran. It's like, is there a nuclear missile trained on your face, sir? Oh, no. It's just embarrassing. It's just a zit. No big deal. So it's a move out. Flash is scanning, and he's like, you don't have any Sunkens over here at all. You do have our lurkers, but I have a radiate, so we're going to try to bust this. Radiate. Ooh, the irradiated lurker goes through the Nidus and burrows there. I mean, I don't know what value that is necessarily, but sure. He went for that immediately. Mutas, yeah, trying to take down this factory. If it dies, he's going to make more starports. I mean, it's not really a big deal to lose the factory at this stage of the game. You've already got the starports. You already have the science facility. Losing the science facility kind of sucks, too. And it's floating out as well. These mutas are like, we got +1 attack. We have places to be, sir. Ooh, but finding some overlords. High ground spotting thanks to the science vessels. Gonna almost supply block Larva. 82 out of 84 is effectively a supply block for sure, but guess what? Consume's on the way. An Ultralisk Cavern is coming in. So this is a 3-basing Tier 3 Zerg player with Ultras, Defilers, Dark Swarm. I assume Plague's going to come in here very, very soon. I kind of want to backseat game Flash here. Oh, there we go. He's getting a 3rd base. I'm like, we probably want a 3rd base. Right. Okay, there it is. 3rd base is here. Flash moving out in an angle that suggests to me he wants to attack that 3rd base. You just catch a couple... Couple Marines and medics just out of position. Flash goes for the scan at this space, sees a macro hatch and goes no. And then comes up to the natural instead. See, look, Muta's taking on the science facility. Or, never mind, all the Mutas died. That was terrible. What was that? Oh, it's a drop down here. He scanned to see if he could drop. That's huge. Oh, it's a massive drop. A lot of drones died. It's 54 to 32. We are boxer maneuvering at 13 minutes. More drones are going down, man. Oh, this is really, really problematic. The early game was so good for Larva, but all of a sudden, okay, the science vessels generally pay for their crimes. This one is still here. This one is still here. 54 to 30 workers. Dude, drops. What do I always say about drops? He's getting a 3rd base behind this. Larva's not going to feel comfortable about getting a 4th base for some time now. Flash just turned this game on its head. Completely shut it down. My goodness. Chitinous plating is on the way. That's going to help if there were any Ultralisks, which there are not, because these guys are still up here. There's nothing to defend if you just jump back in. And there's a Nidus. Okay, there's a lurker. There we go. What was I talking about? They want this extractor so bad. Dark Swarm extractor goes down, and this Ling cleans everything up. This Flash is not paying attention to this at all. Everybody dies. Okay, so setting up on the low ground to make sure there's not a 4th base potential here for the Zerg player. This base stinks. Like, taking this base as a Zerg player, I have memories of casting on this map. And Zerg's taking these bases and is kind of dying. Battle cruisers sitting up here is actually a major problem. This is one of the maps that makes BCs look good. Not that I've never cast a good, a good game with battle cruisers on a different map other than this. There are definitely wins with battle cruisers on the channel over the last couple weeks. So, I mean, check that out. But yeah, Plague's on the way. The 4th base from Flash is such a big deal. Yeah, it's another drop back here at the natural base. This one doesn't do as well. Good Dark Swarm this time. Good Adrenalings in there, shutting that stuff down. All right, all right. That was extremely well done. Oh, we're dropping into the main base too. Cool. Drones are actually dying up here. Fair enough, but the Marines are so spread out. There's just not any concentrated fire here at all from them. And everybody dies. So, maybe not the most economical drops in the world, but when you're up 150 to 90 supply, 58 to 46 workers as flashes, you could get away with a lot of stuff here. He's just going full-on SK Terran as hard as he can, man. More science vessels, more Marines, more upgrades. 2-2 on these Marines already here at 15 minutes. It's 0 attack and 2 armor for the Lings. The Lurkers are at 0 attack too. Melee attack is the first... Actually, no. Flyer attack was the first attack to be upgraded by Zerg today. Very fun. Plague, ooh, does catch a bunch of those science vessels. Ooh, the dropship gets sniped by Scourge. Okay, all right. Larva needed that real bad. He needed to completely shut that down. The Plague was massive. The snipe of the dropship was really, really good too. Anabolic synthesis on the way. Are there any ultras actually out on the field? Does Larva have a bunch of gas? Surprisingly large amount of gas here. I feel like he's just going to fire up like 6 ultras at once at some point and just catch everyone by surprise. Scourge catching an Irradiate. Just keep these science vessels alive. 4 of them are Plague. 3 of them are not. Scourge, no. This is a really dangerous push. Lurkers set up, though. How much Irradiate do you have? This group catching... I don't know why there are Marines up here. They're dead, though. So that's not great. These are 0 attack Adrenalings, everybody. Okay. Dark Swarm. Ling. Plague up. There's not a Dark Swarm follow-up. I think that Defiler was trying to cast a Dark Swarm, and it's like, not enough energy. Not enough energy. Fire bats into the mix here. That's exactly what you want. Another sick Plague. This group's setting up. I don't know that Flash has anything. Oh, he's got a handful of Marines over here to defend. These guys need to go now, though. It's going to get worse. There's a bunker now. I don't know. I think Flash is just trying to micro his face off over here. Oh, that's a dead science vessel. 2 dead science vessels. But they dodge in there, get some Irradiates down anyway on a couple of Lurker and a Defiler. And here we go. Oh my gosh. Can he get up here? +1 attack. Adrenal Lings. They didn't get inside the bunker, but enough. Stim. +3 attack, +2 armor, plus some medic support there is able to shut it down. More Lings are like, can we? Well, our friends weren't able to do it with this number. There's an Ultralisk. Whee! Here he goes. He's got 5 armor and +1 attack. Look at him go. Okay. Here we go. Ultralisk says, I'll do the tanking, boys. You burn everything down. And he totally does. And suddenly Flash's 4th base and 5th bases are in a lot of trouble. SCV count, 60. Still healthy. Some SCVs are going to die in here for sure. Irradiate on the Ultralisk means that he does damage to his friends and enemies when he's up right close next to them. And being able to lift your command center against a Ling Ultra is pretty good. That's why we see more Hydralisk meta these days. Because guess what? You can shoot down buildings that are flying to hide from you like the cowards that they are. This can't see this Ultra die. Oh, you can. He got out of the shade of the command center. This base does get defended. What did I say about taking this base for Zerg? Okay, shuts that one down. Irradiated Ultralisks get deep inside this base. But there are Marines shooting at them. Yes, SCVs are dying. That SCV, did that SCV get a kill? No kills. Oh, I thought maybe you got an Ultralisk kill. That is the ultimate in street cred, man. When you can tell your buddies, yeah, this kill I've got here, it's an Ultralisk. And everyone's like, what? Radiate was unnecessary. Again, backseat gaming here on Flash. But it is 150 to 120 supply. 10 of that supply is in SCVs. Wings have +2 attack yet? No, and we're kind of far away from it. Vehicle V? Is Flash trying to tech switch into mech here? Hold on a second. Lings, irradiated Ultralisks, just taking everything out. SCV's dying, Zergling's dying faster. Scourge, no, the science vessels. Where's the attention, Flash? Every science vessel dies. What? No. Sudden irradiated Ultralisk on these SCVs. Look at him on the stack here. Is going to clean it out. Does clean this out. but it's 50 SCVs to 65 drones now, and suddenly it's a 65 worker, 5 basing Zerg against what is technically a 5 basing Flash. His command centers still exist. Everything's fine that way. She's only at 53 SCVs now. Is he gonna, yeah, he is replacing them to some extent. SCVs are in the production tab. No, Zerglings. Bad engage. Bad engage. Fall back to the Dark Swarm. Fall back to the Dark Swarm. All right. Well, he did kill a couple Marines. That's not bad. This game is good. My goodness. Have I said hit the like button yet? Nice Plague. My gosh. Sick Plague here. But Lings do manage to get one Marine kill after the Plague happens. I love the Spore fighting that factory. Get out of here, factory. No one likes your style. Ultralisks and Lings chasing the attack to the north side. Away and out of here. Here we go. Lings and Ultras. Firebat fighting an Ultralisk took it down. I mean, obviously there's a lot of help there, but a Science Vessel gets sniped too. It's even supply. 69 workers for a Zerg player is a lot of workers for a Zerg player. Hey, look, Overlord speed's being researched. About time. Where is the one Mutalisk? Where is it? Ultralisks buy time for this group to bust in here. They go for the run by and just squeeze an Ultralisk by that choke. All these SCVs have to evac here. Larva running another attack. Does he have a defiler with him? No. Just naked Lings and Ultras against bunkers. I mean, not great. Look at this body blocking on that Ultra so we can't jump on the bunker by those SCVs. That was insane. He finally starts attacking it after he's lost most of his HP. This Ultra's like, are you bringing medics to fight me? Why are you doing that? Oh, there are some Marines back there, but more Ultras chomping their way up into this fourth base too. And that's it. Flash GG's out. Too many Lings, too many Ultras on his stuff. This gets saved, but man, this base is probably a total loss. And the Zerg player's on too many bases, too many workers, too much production happening here. 8 sets of Zerglings, 2 Ultralisks at a time. The Ultra's finally on +2 attack. That helps a bunch. And yeah, this base is pretty much dead. There's no army in position. There's an army up here to defend the natural. There's a bit of units over here, but to get here in time to save these SCVs is a big ask. There are what? 4 Marines inside that bunker. There are 4 Marines outside of the bunker. And there are 3 Ultralisks with more Lings cruising on in here. This guy can join the party if he wants to. There's a single Zergling in the mix. Yeah, I mean, Flash saw the writing on the wall here and said, yeah, nope, I'm not going to deal with this constant swarm coming at me. And he tapped out. So great game, man. Great opening by Larva. Pretty much airtight. Maybe didn't kill as many SCVs as you'd want to with a Mutalisk opening like that, but definitely killed a ton of Marines and medics, allowed the third base to come up. But then the drop of Flash really turned the tides. Killed a bunch of drones. Shut down the mining at this base for a while. And yeah, just more drops would have been good. But I guess Larva was investing a bunch into Scourge throughout a lot of this game too. And man, when all those Science Vessels died at this base, that was massive. Because what we always say about SK Terran, what makes SK Terran work? It's the Science Vessels. If those don't exist, you're just trying to go Marines and Medics and Firebats against Zerg, you die. You die pretty much every time. So Science Vessels for Irradiates, D-Matrixes, etc., if they're not around, you're pretty much just toast. So yeah, that is where this game was lost. And trying to replace them here. Science Vessels on the way, 2 at a time, but not going to be in time to get here to save the day. And Larva wins game 2. Nice. Really good win from him. 163,000 points, 148,000 points. Larva's up. He outproduced the Terran. He got a kill by the Terran. Similar numbers this time, which is better for him. 8-1 buildings raised in favor of Larva, and this time outspending the Terran player in 22 minutes by 7,000 resources. Almost 7,000 resources. And that was great. That was a really, really good showing from Larva to tie the series up 1-1. Man. That was good. I'm going to keep saying that. Great game. Let's go to game 3. See who comes out on top here. Is it going to be Flash? Is it going to be Larva? Let's find out together because we all love StarCraft. We're on Ascension. Ooh, it's my favorite yellow Zerg. Top side of Ascension. It is a Larva and a purple Terran player, Flash. This map is created by Latias, presented by ASL. And yeah, it's Ascension. It is a fairly weird map, right? You're in the low ground for your main base as a hallmark and a throwback to the maps of old and the maps of yore from the 1990s. And yeah, expanding here, tanks, man, lurkers, even dragoons can harass it. And it's a 3-player map, right? This is the other spawn, 12 o'clock. Got ourselves about a, let's say, 7 o'clock spawn, something like that. Something along those lines. All right, man. Both players feeling a little bit amped here, right? Just a little bit feeling like, okay, we got this. We got this, right? Someone has this. It's another 9 pool? It is. It's another 9 pool from LARVA. Huh. All right. Well, Overlord's got in the wrong way to try to find out where Flash is here. So this is... I mean, Overpool is probably a better combination of safe and economical. 9-pool is just straight up aggressive, I want to say. He extractor tricks to get up 10 supply out of 9 here, which tells me that, yeah, he wants some extra drones in order to get up to the 150 minerals he needs to get 6-lings as soon as this spawning pool pops. He's going to try to get out here and get something done. Flash doing what Flash does against Zerg players. He walls against them. Pretty much the same thing that happened in game 1, right? 9 pool, Flash walled off against early Ling pressure because he didn't know what was going on. And this is LARVA, who's very capable of being aggressive. And there you go, 6-ling popping. And now we actually make an extractor to get that gas to go for speed, and probably going to expand behind this too, based on the trajectory of this drone here. Indeed he is. Indeed he is. So yeah, this is something I like to do when I'm a Zerg, is just go for, 6-lings early. Send them out, see what they can do. Get speed for them and expand while they're out doing stuff. Obviously droning behind it. It really makes no sense to flood lings off of an early pool like this. This is, yeah, it really doesn't. You really want to drone up behind this in about 90% of situations. So, like I said, the wall is here. A Marine's going to pop out, and the repair is going to be, it's going to be mighty. We had to pull some SCVs off the line for this. But Marine hacking away at your Zerglings means no, absolutely not. You're not getting through this. I know this supply depot is not done yet, but whatever. It's done now. We can repair it. Repair is one of the best spells in the game. If you want to call it a spell, you can. And then Larva's like, garbage. Let's go into a lair. See if the SCV says, lair, I see. Yeah, so no reason to go for metabolic boost here. I guess maybe if this had been open, or if we'd been able to bust this down, going for speed at that point would have been nice, but I don't know. Did the timing work out there? Would he have been able to see this is a hard wall, start speed, and have it matter? If it wasn't a wall? Maybe. Maybe. So this is great, man. 2 base, up happily here from Flash. The early lings really hurt the economy of LARVA. Steve the SCV is getting punched to death. And one more hit. And there he goes. You just want to see if there was a second gas there. There's not. Spire time, 4 minutes. I mean, so that's the neat thing, right? You can go hatch first, get a Spire started at 4 minutes. You can also go with a 9 pool and get a Spire started at 4 minutes. Maybe you're not going to have as healthy of an economy in the situation where you do it this way, but still. So basically, what this is telling Flash is that we're not going to have a lot of Mutalisks out. Although that second gas is coming in. In the last game, he was definitely all sorts of, Schwang. Like, all sorts of ready to make a ton of mutas with +1 attack. He's like, maybe that'll work again. Ooh, this is a fast fact, though. Hold on a second. Fast Vulture, second fac. Flash is going for the mechs. Ooh, 2 out of the 3 games he goes for the mech. Yeah, Zergling's not getting through this wall. Look, guys, it's the nature of TVZ. If the Terran took the time to build a wall, Lings are not getting through. Unless there's a Dark Swarm helping them, and then maybe they're getting through. And Adrenal and stuff. Third base coming in. A little bit dicey, but he needs that, right? Because Flash is on 2 bases. And obviously you want the armory here because you know it's a Spire. You scouted that. So let's get some Goliaths out to deal with the Mutalisks, because when you're going mech, you don't have a lot of Marines. I guess you do have an engineering bay to help out with turrets, but the engineering bay is not going to be as useful as it is with SK Terran, don't ya know? Evo Chamber and Creep Colony. There we go. Going for the wall. It says 2 can play at the walling game. Aha! Oh man, they can shoot all the way to the hatch from there. The range on vultures is further than I think it is sometimes. Oh, then he cancels because his mutas are out. And immediately loses a drone. Immediately loses 2 drones. Yeah, next time maybe leave the hard wall up. And then your drones don't die. I don't know. If he leaves the wall up, then he loses the drones to be Evo chambers anyway. I don't know. Karen Boost coming in. Mutalisks here. Turrets coming up. 1 turret ready to go. Another turret does finish on time and on budget. So it is 5 mutas with 2 more on the way. This +1 flyer attacks then coming in for a minute here. Larva's trying to relive the glory days of game 2, where he went for +1 mutas, and it was awesome. And he ended up winning the game, and it was tight. It's not like the +1 mutas won him the game, but he had a really clean open with them, and that's nice. That's nothing to shake a stick at. Kill the Marines at the wall. The Goliaths are out. And at this point, Larva's like, oh, so this is mech. Okay. This is one of those games where you're trying to overpower with mutas. I don't know, man. Goliaths do, in fact, do half damage to mutas because mutas are small type. Goliaths are intended to hit big things like battle cruisers and carriers and stuff. But their range just means they get twice as many hits. Maybe 3 times as many hits off as mutas do on them, because you can hit them from 8 miles away. So that's why it works. The range is everything. So Starport coming in. Still nothing but mutas here. This is starting to feel like the nothing but Hydras game from game 1. Does Larva think the answer to mech is making 1 unit? Maybe he does. Got a turret. His +1 attack is almost done. Oh my gosh, it's almost done. It's almost. He's like, come on. I started you. You're at 8 minutes. Let's go. Come on. There it is. +1 is done. Now time for the mutas to get in there and get some work. 2 volleying down a Goliath. Losing a Mutalisk for it. Not ideal. 2 volleying down a turret. 2 volleying down another Goliath. Another muta goes down. Relatively injured, this group. 3 mutas, very close to death out of the 9 available here. But 3rd base is rolling. Gas is coming in. That's huge. He is really going mass muta, isn't he? Larva, you're a crazy person, man. I really don't know if this is going to work. We've definitely seen games like this, though, where it's a mech opening and the Zerg player just tries to go mass muta against it, really counting the fact that the Goliaths do half damage to the mutas. That's it. Like, that's the whole idea behind this entire maneuver. So you kind of have to jump on... There you go. You have to jump on them. Make the time that they get those extra hits less and less and less here. But, man, that group of Goliaths coming in from the other side. Yeah, nah. That was a jump for sure. There were more than 12 mutas there. Just trying to swap mutas out to make a group that's healthy. Or maybe just 2 separate control groups. Whatever. Coming in again, friends. And is it enough here? This is a lot of Mutalisks. But is it? But is it a lot of Mutalisks? My gosh, these Goliaths. Putting in so much work. +1 attack here. +1 armor on those guys, too, which is awesome. Oh, did we Vulture drop over here during all of this chaos? We sure did. All the drones on gas get wiped out. Drones go for the run by, try to get in the main base. Drones have to body block with their own lives to keep the Vultures from getting over here. Mutas dive bomb on into the main base, trying to kill SCVs. Commiserate with the amount of drones that are dying here. He does get some turrets, but man, these Goliaths just sitting back. Ping, 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 ping. Mutas are dying by the dozens. Turret count, and that's it. GG. Oh, these guys made it in. Okay, we got to rewind this one, but Flash wins the game. Wins the series. Third game in 10 minutes here. He just runs them, doesn't he? He just runs them. This isn't drops at all. Okay, so it was 25 drones. Now it's 20 drones, 5 quick drone deaths. Vultures are like, we are super fast, sir. It's 60 to 20 workers. Oh my gosh, I didn't realize it was that bad. Then more drones die over here. I thought these mutas for sure would help kill these. Why are you not helping to kill these? Because he's microing his mutas like crazy on the other side. Flash is like, oh wait, hold on. Zoom. Yeah, and 10 workers, 9 workers, GG. So, what a weird couple of games from Larva. Game 1 against Mech, he tries Mass Hydra. And then game 2 against Mech, I mean, it's game 3, but the second game against Mech, he goes for Mass Mutalisk. What a madman. What an absolutely weird couple of games there from Larva. But he's like, I don't want to play against Mech. Let's see if this works. It didn't either time. And he got thoroughly wrecked, but he did win game 2 against SK Terran. So all my Terran fans are watching this going, why doesn't everybody just go Mech all the time? And it's like, well, that's because not everybody is going for Mass Hydralisk or Mass Mutalisk in this situation, right? Anyway, that was a lot of fun. I mean, I kind of wish we'd seen a bit of a more diverse composition here out of Larva in either of the first or the third games. And I mean, 59 to 9 workers. I mean, that's just GG material. That is just billboard material. That is, you do flashcards to learn how to play StarCraft, and it's like, Flash, 59 to 9 workers. You're the 9 workers. GG. That's it. That's your response. You immediately just go GG. That's all we got to do. A lot of SCVs died here, sure, to the mutas, but my gosh, 59 workers at 10 minutes means didn't do a great job killing as many SCVs as you needed to, at least not compared to the Vulture boys, who had a great time. And in fairness, there were fewer drones to kill, so getting it down to 9 was not as hard as it would have been to get the 59 SCVs down to 9. But yo, GG, man. Flash gets the win. Just kind of defends with Goliaths, moves out with Vultures, and does it. So 45,000 to 34,000 total score here for Flash. Produced similar numbers of units, while outproducing the Zerg. And outkilling the Zerg is never great. 6 buildings go down. And again, are we surprised? Flash outspent Larva by 3,000 resources. All right. Well, that was fun. That was a really fun, kind of unorthodox display from Larva. He didn't win the series with it, but that's okay. I guess sometimes we're experimenting. Either way, man. Good stuff, and that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft Brood War Remastered. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw and what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.